So I want to start this talk by asking you a few questions. I will flash a few phrases on the screen, and I want you to think about it. Raise your hand if you want to, if anyone has ever told you that statement. Okay. Ay, ang itim-itim. Or in fact, ay, ang itim-itim mo. Anyone heard that in their life, told to them? Yeah, me, for sure. Another one. Maganda ka naman, pero mas maganda ka kung maputi ka. Has anyone ever told you that? Do you know anyone who commented that? Just have a think about it. Another phrase, your skin is gorgeous. I want your color. If anyone has ever told you that, or if you have ever told anyone this line. Actually, kanina lang, I met someone from Cosmo, si AJ. Sabi niya sa akin, I love your skin color. Sabi ko, ay, salamat naman. Pero morena din siya, so sabi ko, it's atay kami. Okay. Has anyone ever told you this? I wish I had your skin, or it looks so healthy and beautiful. Think about it. Or inversely, for the women in this room with fairer skin, have you ever heard anyone say, maganda lang yan kasi maputi? So all these different statements. Now, if you put it all together, what do you think is the difference of those on the left side and the right side? Aside from Tagalog and English. Tagalog yung nasa left, English yung nasa right. But the difference of these statements, these are all true statements, by the way. Before doing this talk, I really did research. I asked many Morena girls for their input, for their stories, and these are actual lines told to them. The difference is, yung nasa left side, all the statements on the red side, ang nagsabi sa kanila nun, Pinoy. And all the statements on the right side, by blue, ang nagsabi sa kanila nun ay foreigner, correct. Whether they were traveling abroad or a foreigner here in the country. So bakit ganon? Bakit kung sino pa yung Pinoy, yung pa yung nanglait sa'yo? Bakit sino pa yung banyaga, yun pa yung pumuri sa'yo? Next slide. There, okay. So I am currently a mother of two. These are my two daughters. Lucia, who is almost 4 years old, and Carmen, who is 10 months old. And I'm happy to share with all the Morena-loving women here as well that my two daughters, despite my husband being more fair skin, my two daughters inherited my brown skin. So pareho silang Morena. And their dad is very happy also that they're Morena. Kasi syempre, pag pinanganak yung baby, you'll see the color. And he has told me on more than one occasion that he's very happy na yung kulay ko, yung namana nung daughters namin. Okay, I want to share a little story. So this is a picture, back lang ng isa, yan. This is a picture of my daughter, Lucia. Sorry, yan, okay. This is a picture of my daughter, Lucia, when she was 6 months old. I posted this on the internet. And I posted this kasi nag-share ako na 6 months old, eating solids na. Yan, ganyan. For any mom here, you know that at 6 months-ish, pwede nang kumain ng solids yung baby. So I posted this picture, people posted comments, I answered some, and little did I know that comments I made or were made about this picture would make the news. It surprised me kasi hindi ko alam, issue pa pala yun. So let me tell you the story. One person commented, negra. Negra, to be exact yan, madaming A. And then nag-comment, siguro kasi how it works with, I guess, more public people, pag may basher, minsan yung mga followers, sinasagot yung basher, parang ganon. So I guess some people answered this person and nag-reply pa siya ng, Fantards, anong maganda dyan? Magkano bayad sa fans club nyo? And siguro the conversation went on because she even replied, ang usapan, pangit at negra pa din, baby pa lang. Kung gumanda man, thanks to science. Yan ang mga kinoment niya. So, honestly, a lot of people asked me, how did you feel? Were you bothered? Were you hurt? Sabi ko, honestly, hindi. Not because I'm not a caring mother, but because I'm a caring mother, I felt like, grabe ang lungkot siguro ng taong to na ang dami niyang pwedeng i-bash na iba, mga corrupt na politiko, or mga kung ano man na gumagawa ng kabalbalan. Pero, yung tao to chose to bash a baby. So, naawa ako more than anything. But I answered. Kasi parang it was getting out of hand on my comment section. So I answered. I said, negra talaga, Pinay and proud like her mom. My point was, syempre, maitim yung nanay, maitim din yung anak. Mas magulat ka kung maputi yung anak ko. Wala namang tisay sa amin ng asawa ko. And then, for some reason, media picked this up, blah, blah, blah. And then, one other person commented, feeling ko hindi niya minimean to be mean, but yung comment niya was, baby pa naman siya, marami pang pwedeng magbago sa kanya. So, isn't bashing? Personal opinion. So I decided to engage this person in a conversation. Ang sinabi ko, wala akong planong magbago or paputiin ang anak namin kung morena talaga siya. Bakit ba akala ng tao insulto ang pagiging morena? For me, it's a compliment because it's the color of Filipino skin. So this comment was the one that made the news, ganyan. And again, nagulat ako kasi nga, talaga ba? Yung ganyan, newsworthy? Isn't it something we all know already? So, prior to this, prior to even being a mom, I've always been very vocal about different issues, including that of having brown skin. And for some reason, kapag nagpo-post, parang yung mga pinost ko 10 years ago about being a proud morena, hanggang ngayon, yun pa rin. Parang, talaga? Are we still there? Bakit hindi pa tayo nag-move forward? So it has always been some sort of newsworthy thing. I don't know why. I think my thinking is, ever since nung grade school ako, di ba ang Pilipino, even if you study mga books natin sa history, yung mga unang bayani natin, di ba brown skin talaga ang Pinoy? So how come it's seen as uglier, perceived as uglier than white skin? So when I was thinking about what I wanted this talk to be, ang daming pwedeng sabihin Ang daming pwedeng sabihin about how to be proud to be morena. But I thought about it, and after nga doing research, talking to many people, I realized that paulit-ulit tayo. So if there's anything I want everyone here to take away from this short talk of mine, it's this. I will not, and I hope you will not, allow your daughters to grow up in a world that looks down on them because of their skin color. This is so important. Because we really have to be better. We have to be better than dismissing, ay, mas maganda ako kung maputi ako, or ay, mas maganda ang maputi sa maitim. Kasi hindi, lahat ng kulay maganda. I'll go back to my kids. At this age, almost 4 and 10 months, do you think my kids have an idea na yung kulay nila is mas pangit sa maputi? Do you think they have an idea? Di ba no? Ang bata, wala, they have no idea. So, how come pagdating ng grade school, biglang, I'm already assuming it, na pagdating nila ng mga grade school or early high school, aasa rin sila for being maitim. It really goes way back, and you saw the slide a bit earlier. It's super rooted in our history. We've all read it. During the time of slavery, African Americans were enslaved by those with white skin. So way, way, way back. In fact, even within African Americans, how dark or how light you were, may hierarchy din yan ng pagiging slave. Imagine, lahat na nga kayo dark skin, pero if medyo nakakaangat ka ng konti sa kaputian, or like medyo brown ka, hindi ka black na black, may pagka-hierarchy pa rin yun. Even until the 1900s, the early 1900s, the Women's March in 1913. So yung Women's March na ito in Washington, D.C., ito yung unang time nag-march ang mga kababaihan to fight for their right to vote. So you'd think, oh, all women, we're all in this together, we all support each other. But actually in this march, the African-American women and the Asian women, women of color, were asked to march at the back. Para ang harap ng march, white-skinned women. So, even in this movement, which is super noble, meron pa rin ganon. Ay, medyo madilaw kayo, maitim kayo. Medyo sa likod kami. Yan, ganyan. Even in Philippine history, during the golden age of Philippine cinema, ang pinaka magaganda, the biggest movie stars, Susan Roses, Gloria Romero, Vilma Santos, all fair-skinned. Beautiful, undoubtedly beautiful, all fair-skinned. But most of these movie actresses talaga, maputi. But in the late 60s, the most beautiful woman in the universe was declared to be Gloria Diaz, a woman with rich, beautiful brown skin. Imagine, ito na yon, most beautiful woman in the universe, brown skin siya. But despite that, hindi pa rin eh. Baka siya lang yung maganda, ganon. Pero, again, brown skin. But even after this, many decades after this, ang ating media, really, movies, TV, kahit papano, more often than not, yung maputi, ang bida talaga. Commercials, everything. So it's not exactly our fault kasi nga, ang tagal na nito eh. Super, world history, Philippine history, lahat. So, hindi talaga natin fault. But, if we don't change this way of thinking, or at least we don't try to change this way of thinking, yun, for me, fault na natin. Diba? So we really have to step up. What do we need to know? So of the many things we can know about being a proud Morena, I tried to break it down into 3 things. So first is that dark skin is caused by melanin. Yeah, you might have heard this in your science classes or read about this in articles. So, ang melanin is produced by cells called melanocytes. Ang melanin provides protection for our skin from the harmful UV rays. O, di ba, parang medyo may automatic sunblock na kahit papano. And I don't know if you've noticed this, but Asian women compared to Caucasian women, we look younger. For some reason, di ba, we look younger. That's also because of melanin, because it prevents premature aging. So, di ba lahat positive? Lahat naman ng benefit, mukha naman siyang benefits, di ba? Protection from the sun, you look younger, and nowhere in any scientific research about melanin does it say that having melanin makes you less able physically. Nowhere does it say that kung mataas ang melanin mo, medyo kulang ang intelligence mo. Or kung mataas ang melanin mo, inferior ka as a human being. Nowhere. Walang ganon. Walang ganon. So there's nothing wrong with having higher levels of melanin in your skin. Second, support is important. One of the women I interviewed to do this talk, her name is Ana Oposa. She is the executive director of Save Philippine Seas. And by the picture that you see, yes, she's always under the sun. So yung naturally morena skin niya nung bata siya, mas natotodo morena talaga because her work is out in the sun. So when I asked her, ever ka ba binuli nung bata ka? Sabi niya, oo naman. We came from the same high school. Oo naman, binuli siya. So I asked her if it made her feel bad or insecure. And she goes, no. I was like, really? Never? Kasi ako, parang nabully naman ako nung bata ko. I kind of felt bad, pero hindi yung walang effect at all. Sa kanya, no effect. I asked her why. She said, ever since she was born, her father, Tony Oposa, told her how beautiful her brown skin is. Ever since bata siya, gandang-ganda sa brown skin niya. Her mother happens to be a morena also, so I guess nakikita din niya kung paano yung daddy niya sa mommy niya. But kumbaga, affirmed, nasa bahay pa lang, she was affirmed that her brown skin is beautiful. So much so that when she went out into the real world or school, even though binuli siya ng tao, for her, sorry, sabi ng daddy ko, maganda ko. Meron nun. She had that sense of self-worth and that confidence. Number 3 is representation is important. This is such a big word nowadays, you know, with Movies like Crazy Rich Asians, showing Asian representation. Movies like Black Panther, Black representation naman. But even on a micro level, representation is so important. And one of the women I interviewed also, her name is Gia Galvez. I used to work with her. And her naman, when I asked her if she was ever bullied and insecure about her skin color when she was in grade school or high school, she says, yes, oo, sobra, lagi, inaasar siya. Negra, baluga, maitim, the usual, nothing new. And she said the first guy who admitted to her na may crush siya sa kanya, said, crush siya na kita, kaso umitim ka ng summer. May ganon. So she was like, bakit ganon? Umitim lang? Nag-iba na ba siya bilang tao? So, I think midway, I think she was in high school, her family moved to Indonesia. So she went to school in Indonesia and she said, nung pumasok siya doon, wow, bumukas yung mundo niya. She had African classmates, South Asian classmates, East Asian classmates, and suddenly the very thing that she was bullied for, her dark skin, became her asset. Everyone was complimenting her skin. So she was like, wow, maganda pala yung kulay ko. So that is why I say representation is important. If you see other women embracing it, then you will learn to embrace it as well. For me, growing up, I found that representation was also very important because when I was young, I was in high school, late grade school, probably early high school. I always say this in interviews, that growing up, I felt that brown skin was not less maganda than white skin because I grew up seeing beautiful brown-skinned women like Tweety De Leon and Angel Aquino. I would see them in magazines, in commercials. Tweety was acting then earlier than Angel. So for me, di ba, ang ganda nila. Ang ganda nila. And for me, parang dumadagdag pa nga yung pagka-morena nila sa ganda nila. So seeing them in a sea of Tisays was a big deal for me. I never ever dreamt of becoming a host or a model, but for some reason when I was in first year college, I was walking in the mall with my sister and then merong parang booth na parang model search, ganyan. It was for a shampoo product. And I remember I was with my sister. Yung sister ko noon, long black hair. Yung sister ko, very poised. Morena din siya, beautiful. So they asked her to parang, oh, have your picture taken. We'll get lang a bit of info. Baka you want to join the model search. So I was cheering my sister on. And since siguro ako yung salingkit little sister, they're like, ikaw, sama ka na din. And I was like, me? Parang hindi yata ako qualified kasi short hair ako, ganyan. So one thing led to another. I ended up signing up, having my picture taken, and all that. It never occurred to me that I could be a model. Parang hindi ako naniwala sa aking ganda kung meron man. But at that time, after this batch of sina Tweety and Angel, there were even more beautiful morenas that I looked up to. Risa Manangkil gave a talk yesterday. She did a global campaign for a clothing brand. Tingnan mo yung picture, all her morena glory pinakita. Another good friend of mine, who is a model, Micaela Lagdameo, did a regional skincare ad, also morena. So meron na talaga napakagaganda ng mga morena. And to fast forward to my story later, little did I know, pero yay! Nanalo ako nung model search and I bagged my first ever commercial, which was this shampoo commercial. So fast forward to this generation, all of you, you are so lucky kasi now more than ever, there are so many beautiful morenas representing. You see them everywhere. Lovey Po, Isabel Daza, Gabby Garcia, all proud to be morena. They flaunt it on their social media accounts. They love their skin. And when I say representation, it doesn't mean that you have to be on TV or in magazines. Even if hindi kayo public personality, you can use the voice that you have to share that you are proud of the color of your skin. I met two young girls recently. So we have Ayn Bernos. She started Morena the label. and Trish Terrado, who is a content creator who uses the hashtag Millennial Morena. So all of us, in whatever capacity we can, whether you have 1 million followers or whether you have 100 followers, you can use whatever voice it is that you have. So to every Morena watching this, I guess what I also wanted to share finally to end this talk, I wanted to share 3 things. That first, the truth is your value is not diminished by how dark your skin is. Walang connection whatsoever to your value as a person, to how loved you are, to how talented you are, whether you are super, super dark or super, super tisay. Wala. Next is the goal. The goal is really to have, if you are Morena if anyone in this room is a Morena, the goal is to have clear skin, moisturized skin, to have glowing skin. Yan ang dapat ninyong goal. If you are a Morena, if you've been thinking about whether your color is beautiful or not, yes, it's beautiful and you don't have to do anything more, but just keep it clean and clear and glowing and moisturized. And finally, I guess the challenge for everyone here is we really have to try our best. Try man lang to create that generation that never, never, ever says as an insult to anyone na, ay, ang itim-itim mo. I hope that the next generation will truly learn to embrace the skin they're in, and for every young Morena girl to really be proud of being Morena. Thank you.
Ayaw talaga. Cosmo girls, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Bianca Gonzalez Intal and that amazing, powerful talk. Let's take a seat if that's all right. And I'm so honored. I'm learning. All right, I am actually here to just say we are opening the floor for your questions. So if you, of course, have anything that you want to ask Bianca, this is the time. Be brave, step up to the mics that we have. And of course, I'm sure she would love to answer any of your concerns. All right. But, I will start. You know how you mentioned getting a lot of criticism, early on, all the time, and you said that it affected you slightly, and the person you were talking to, hindi siya masyado na effect. Okay, so there are some people that have thicker skin than others, and some people don't know how to handle. What can you say for some people that want to be that way? Like, I know what I need to do, but I can't actually get there. I can't seem to find to be stronger when it comes to criticism. So what is your advice for young women?
I had a bit about it earlier, that it's really just because of a thing that our cells produce. That's why we are darker than others. So again, nothing to do with your value as a person. Support. If you don't have a supportive family, if your family mismo parang dinadown ka kasi maitim ka, or your friends, that's why we go to representation. It's so important to look around and see women that you look up to and know that, yun nga, wala sa kung gaano sila kaitim yung ganda nila or yung value nila. And I think another thing that helped me growing up, so ang bullying usually sa grade school yan. So for me, it came early grade school. But syempre, as you grow older, medyo nagiging mas confident ka with who you are as a person. You join orgs, you join clubs, nagiging part ka ng mga class play, nakikita mo yung grades mo. So for me, it was when I started to become active. I would write and direct our class plays, and then I became a cheerleader, kung ano-ano. And I really, from there, you realize that productive naman ako bilang tao, nakaka-contribute naman ako, may mga talents naman ako. So my skin color really had nothing to do with it.
Thank you so much for that. And I'm reminding everybody that we are opening the floor for questions, but I have all the time in the world with
Ang
you.
Pinay talaga shy.
Shy talaga. Yes, actually yesterday pa sila medyo shy. But go ahead and ask your questions kasi kung hindi, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna take advantage of this opportunity. You know, as a mother, you shared that big issue. I actually remember that very clearly. I remember seeing that post with my own eyes and I was like appalled. You know, I mean, I'm not a mother myself, but I can't even imagine. And these people you don't know. So how do you kind of, at the same time, share your life on social media but protect your children as well? And you know, I think that sometimes with social media, people kind of get demanding because they want to be updated with your life. So what's your process with that, with social media and how you share?
Ano nga ba? With social media and my kids, as a parent kasi, you can't help but want to like
Yeah.
share every cute moment or milestone. But me and my husband, ever since we became first-time parents almost 4 years ago, we had an agreement na we wouldn't share too much. Parang a lot of it is we want to keep it personal. But to each his own because
Yeah.
I have friends also who share exactly every waking moment. So for us, since we're more private, for example, I have my own channel on YouTube. But it's not my family. It's not our house. It's not our travels. Hindi ko kaya to share
Yes.
that much.
Yeah.
I'm not willing to expose my children that much into the world. Parang, I read this article before na, how would you feel if biglang 15 years old ka, you have access to the internet, you put your name, and suddenly the whole world knows everything na pala about you kasi pinost na ng parents
Tsaka may
mo.
screenshots pa.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yes.
I wouldn't want my kids to end up like that, na parang paglaki nila, biglang someone knows every single thing about them. I'd get much too freaked out. Maybe others kaya yun, but ako, I really can't. So like I said, for example, something like a YouTube channel, it's not about my family. Parang happy na ako sa mga konting pa-Instagram stories of sharing little moments, but more than that, we're very matipid or like very private when it comes to sharing them.
And really experiencing those moments just with you and your husband and
Yes,
of course
for
your
me, a
children.
lot
Yeah.
of moments at home are sacred. And for us, we'd like to keep it within kami. Yung hanggang family chat group lang. Oo, ganyan.
Yeah, and it's nice
Yes.
hearing that from you because I think it's kind of a norm to
Yeah.
share everything.
Yes.
And you know, I do know that people make accounts for babies that haven't been
Yes.
born, and that's just the society we live in
Yes.
today. And if that's what they want to do, that's fine.
Right.
But that this is how you approach it, so
Yes.
that's perfectly
Iba-iba.
fine
I
as
think
well.
to each his own talaga. I personally also have baby fan accounts, Scarlett Snow, that I follow na talagang it really makes you happy.
Yeah. There's joy
Nakakasaya
talaga.
talaga sila. But for me lang personally, parang hindi ko pa kaya yung kung ano man. Kasi if you open your kids to the world, you'll also open them to every bad thing in the world.
Yes.
So I'm not quite ready for that yet. Yeah.
Thank you so much for answering that question. I believe ayan na. Hindi na sila shy. They're
Buti-
lined up
buti
na.
na lang,
So I think Trish has a question. Hi, Trish.
Hi, Bianca.
Hi! Ayun,
Hi,
siya
Bea.
si Trish, siya si hashtag Millennial Morena in
Yes.
my decks
Hi.
earlier. Oo.
So my question is, what do you say to a Morena friend who wants to whiten her skin?
I have a lot. I have a lot, especially since I work on TV. I don't kasi tell them anything if they don't ask me naman. Nahiya naman ako na parang mag-suggest. But, I don't know, kasi siguro it's part of culture. I'm sure you know also, so many artistas on TV, when they start, they're kind of brown skinned, then parang nung sumikat na sobrang puti na. Oo, di ba? And that's their opinion. But when somebody is morena and asks me na parang, kung nasa conflicted stage pa sila, kumbaga. Kasi some are decidido, gusto ko na pumuti. Okay, yan ang gusto mo, go ahead. But some are still like, yung alam mong kaya pang masway into the light. Wala pa sila sa dark force. Oo. Yeah, I just say na, again, I show them all those beautiful morenas that
Yeah.
I personally look up to. And yeah, yun.
Thank you.
Sorry, did I answer? Hindi kailangan magpaputi. Oo, that's what I would tell them. Thank you.